Have you ever felt like you were at a crossroads, holding on to a relationship or friendship because it's comfortable and familiar, but deep down, you know it's holding you back from truly growing? It's tough to accept, but sometimes the people closest to us, with whom we laugh, cry, and share many memories, may not be meant to stay in our lives forever. It's a shocking realization, isn't it? But that's where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can help shed light on our modern dilemmas. The Stoics, with their profound thoughts on life and human nature, remind us that personal growth often requires difficult decisions about who we allow into our closest circle. It's not about coldly pushing people away, but carefully choosing who we want by our side, seeking relationships that help us grow, inspire us, and challenge us to be better. So, if you're at that crossroads, feeling the weight of a decision that could change your life, know that you're not alone. Today, we will dive into the wisdom of the Stoics to understand when it's time to let go of some relationships, making room for new growth, deeper connections, and a life more aligned with your values. Stay with me as we explore the ancient teachings of Stoicism together, ready to discover the freedom and peace that comes from choosing our relationships with wisdom and courage. And as we navigate this journey, I invite you to subscribe. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to like and watch every part, because each moment of this journey could be the one that transforms your life. If you feel that a relationship is holding back your growth, this is a red flag. Think about it. Have you ever felt stuck, as if you're not moving forward because someone close to you isn't cheering you on? Or worse, are they holding you back from progressing? This is a difficult situation to deal with. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, spoke a lot about the importance of growing as a person and improving oneself. He believed that to live a worthwhile life, we must always evolve, learn, and surpass our own limits. If you're in a relationship with a friend, a family member, or a partner, and you feel you're not able to grow, Seneca would likely say, this is a red flag you cannot ignore. I'm not saying that all relationships need to push us to the extreme or challenge us all the time, but the people who truly care about us should want to see us grow. They should be our biggest supporters, encouraging us to achieve our dreams and be the best version of ourselves. Of course, there will be tough moments and arguments, but the test of any relationship is whether it helps you be happy and grow as a person, or whether it's draining your energy and hindering your progress. Therefore, it's important to pay attention to these signs and make conscious choices about who we keep close to us, always seeking to live a life full of purpose and meaning. Your support system shouldn't be seen as anchors dragging you into the depths of what-ifs and if-onlys. It's worth sitting down with yourself and having an honest conversation. Ask yourself, why am I still holding on to this relationship? Is it out of habit, fear, loyalty? These are tough questions but necessary, because here's the thing. True connections, the ones that truly deserve your time and heart, should uplift you. They should make you feel capable of being more today than you were yesterday. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who not only support us but also positively challenge us. The decision to maintain a relationship isn't just about the number of friends or feeling loved. It's about building a circle that enriches your life and encourages your personal growth while aligning with your values. So if you find that a relationship has become more of an unstable ground than a launching pad, it might be the ideal moment to reconsider your role in that dynamic. Remember, it's not selfish to desire progress. It's an essential aspect of the human journey. Sometimes growing means learning to let go of those who, despite being significant, no longer contribute to your personal development. Reflecting on your relationships involves considering whether they serve as bridges to your better future or, conversely, represent barriers to your growth. The journey of self-improvement is never a solitary one. It requires the presence of fellow travelers who share your ideals and goals. At some point in life, we all find ourselves immersed in a whirlwind of negative emotions within a relationship, situations where drama seems prevalent and support is scarce. It's an exhausting experience that demands deep reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic thinkers, offered valuable insights into controlling our emotional reactions. He stated that our power lies in how we interpret and react to events, not necessarily in the events themselves. This perspective is crucial when dealing with relationships marked by intense feelings like jealousy or anger, which can cloud inner peace. If a relationship feels more like a battleground than a safe harbor, it's a clear sign that something needs to change. These emotions are an integral part of the human experience, but they shouldn't be the foundation of a healthy and lasting relationship. It's important to understand that it's natural to feel intense emotions like anger or jealousy, but it's also essential to manage them constructively. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we have control over our minds and therefore over how we choose to react to these emotions in interpersonal contexts. If jealousy arises because a friend seems to be advancing in life while you feel stuck, or if anger bubbles up every time someone wrongs you, remember that you control your reaction. You can choose not to let these emotions dictate the terms of your relationship. Additionally, it's crucial to recognize that emotions, they are a natural part of the human experience, and learning to manage them constructively can strengthen the quality of your interpersonal relationships. But how does this manifest in practice? It begins with self-awareness and awareness of your surroundings. Recognizing when you are experiencing jealousy or anger requires deep reflection on your own expectations and personal challenges. Asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? And what can I learn from this? Can open doors to deeper self-awareness and more authentic communication with those around you. These are not simple questions, but they are essential for personal growth and relationship health. Sometimes the healthiest response is to create emotional distance or make significant changes in the relational environment. Recognizing that not all relationships are meant to last through every season of life is an act of wisdom and self-compassion. It implies understanding that interpersonal challenges can be opportunities for personal growth and strengthening genuine connections. And that's okay. Stoic philosophy teaches that living in harmony with nature often involves distancing ourselves from situations that cause us emotional distress. If you find yourself frequently grappling with negative emotions in your relationships, consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius on the power of self-determination. By recognizing that you have control over your reactions and choices, you strengthen your ability to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine support. Growing and finding peace does not mean allowing drama to define your relationships. Rather, it's about cultivating connections grounded in shared values, understanding, and mutual support. Healthy relationships withstand the test of time because they are built on solid foundations of trust and empathy. Therefore, it's worth exploring the role of autonomy and emotional balance in interpersonal dynamics, recognizing that true freedom emerges from the ability to be authentic with oneself and others. Addressing complex issues like manipulation and control in relationships is crucial for promoting a culture of mutual respect and individual freedom. In any relationship, feeling more like a puppet than a partner is a clear sign of emotional imbalance and the need for reassessment. Autonomy, as taught by philosophers like Epictetus, is essential for true inner freedom. Owning your decisions, desires, and thoughts is the cornerstone for relationships that nurture personal growth and lasting happiness. Manipulation and control can manifest in various ways, from persistent suggestions that divert you from your passions to direct demands dictating who you should be or what you should do. These behaviors are not characteristics of a healthy relationship. Genuine connections, those that truly deserve our time and emotional investment, are built on foundations of mutual respect and individual freedom. Stoicism, for example, teaches the value of autonomy, the ability to be the captain of your own ship. If you find yourself in a relationship where you are constantly questioning your choices or feel that your aspirations are being suppressed, it is crucial to reflect on the underlying reasons for these dynamics. Ask yourself why you are willing to remain in a dynamic that limits your freedom and prevents you from taking control of your own life narrative. It is essential to remember that cutting ties with someone who exercises manipulation or control is not about being ruthless or insensitive, but rather about recognizing and honoring your own worth, autonomy, and right to an authentic life. Following the teachings of philosophers like Epictetus can help strengthen your decision to reclaim your personal freedom. The freedom to make choices aligned with your values and to step away from relationships that do not contribute to your personal growth can be an emotionally challenging yet rewarding journey. Deciding to distance yourself from a relationship may mean leaving behind something familiar or even someone for whom you have deep feelings. However, Stoicism reminds us that virtue lies not in taking the easiest path, but the right one. Sometimes the right path is one that moves us away from what harms us and towards a more authentic and fulfilling life. Genuine relationships are those that do not try to mold who we are or dictate how we should live our lives. They are based on the freedom to explore, question, and grow together while maintaining individuality and mutual respect. Therefore, if you feel manipulated or controlled by someone, take a moment to reflect on Epictetus's words. No one is truly free if they are not the master of themselves. It is crucial to assess whether it is time to cut these ties and embrace the freedom to be authentically yourself. This journey can represent a significant step towards a life where you are in control, surrounded by relationships that promote and respect your autonomy and personal freedom. Valuing and seeking connections that empower you to be the protagonist of your own story is essential for cultivating lasting and enriching relationships. True friendship and love are those that do not imprison us, but set us free to be who we truly are. When a relationship starts to cause more pain than happiness, it is a clear sign that it is time to reconsider your priorities and invest in connections that nurture your growth and emotional well-being. Feeling more exhausted than rejuvenated, more tense than supported, is like constantly walking on eggshells. Engaged in an endless cycle of debates or just feeling disheartened whenever they are around are clear signs that something is seriously amiss in healthy connections, the kind that everyone deserves and should seek. Relationships should make us feel good, enrich our lives, bring happiness, and support us through the highs and lows of the human journey. When we find relationships that leave us in constant tension and questioning our own worth, it is crucial to recognize these signs as indicators of imbalance. The Stoics, adherents of the ancient philosophy that sought to live in harmony with nature, including our own nature, understood the importance of cultivating relationships aligned with principles of virtue and tranquility. They believed that such relationships should not only be sources of emotional support, but also spaces where we could grow as individuals. Therefore, if we find ourselves in a relationship that distances us from inner peace and the expression of our best selves, it is wise to consider the advice the Stoics would offer in such a situation. If this relationship contributes to our personal well-being, facilitates our growth, and helps us face challenges with resilience, then it fulfills its positive purpose in our lives. On the other hand, if we perceive that someone's continued presence emotionally drains us, undermines our vitality, and makes us feel worse rather than better, it may be time to question whether this connection truly aligns with our deeper goals and values. Stoicism teaches us that self-awareness and the courage to make decisions that promote our long-term well-being are essential for a fulfilling life. It's important to note that not every difficulty in a relationship necessarily indicates toxicity or an immediate need for termination. However, if someone's constant presence in our life causes more stress and discomfort than mutual support and growth, it's a clear sign that something needs to change. Evaluating our sources of support, love, and personal development becomes crucial for our journey of self-discovery and fulfillment. Honest and open communication plays a crucial role in this process of evaluation and transformation. Expressing our emotions and needs clearly can pave the way for mutual understanding and even conflict resolution. If, even after these efforts, the dynamics do not change and the relationship continues to be a constant source of stress and dissatisfaction, we must remember that prioritizing our peace and well-being is not only justifiable, but necessary. The Stoics would remind us that our responsibility to ourselves includes choosing relationships that strengthen us and help us flourish, while leaving behind those that entangle us in cycles of negativity and frustration. Let us commit not only to seeking, but also to cultivating connections that are genuinely healthy and enriching for our lives, avoiding those that may complicate them. After all, we all deserve relationships that bring us not only immediate happiness, but also personal growth and lasting serenity. It is important to remember that facing these challenges and making difficult decisions not only strengthens our resilience, but also aligns us with our true selves. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept what truly serves us and the wisdom to let go of what does not contribute to our well-being and personal development. Lack of mutual respect is not just a failure in communication, but a profound breach of implicit agreements. Without a foundation of mutual consideration, there is room to build positive and lasting relationships. It's like trying to build a house on quicksand. Inevitably, everything collapses. The Stoics, known for their emphasis on virtue and practical wisdom, deeply valued self-respect and respect for others. They believed that each person possesses intrinsic value and dignity that should be preserved and reflected in daily interactions. This ethic invites us to deeply consider how we treat not only ourselves, but also those around us. If you find yourself in a relationship where you are not receiving the dignity and respect you deserve, it's a clear warning sign. This goes beyond feeling undervalued. It is fundamentally about recognizing and affirming your own humanity. Accepting less than this is to disregard your own worth. Mutual respect is not merely a courtesy, but the essential foundation of any truly healthy connection. It is the basis upon which trust, genuine love, and mutual understanding flourish. When it is lacking, the relationship becomes empty and unsatisfying, consuming time and emotional energy without offering meaningful rewards. Some may argue that relationships are inherently complex and that emotions often complicate our decisions. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to apply rational clarity and to live according to our deepest values. This means honestly assessing whether staying in a situation where we are not respected aligns with who we truly are and our ideals. Making decisions that reflect our own worth may involve setting clear boundaries, communicating our feelings sincerely, or, in extreme cases, recognizing that moving forward is the best option. Respecting oneself and insisting on being treated with respect is not selfish. It is an act of self-preservation and a commitment to our own dignity. Ultimately, the quality of our relationships largely defines the quality of our lives. Investing in connections based on mutual respect not only strengthens our self-esteem, but also creates an environment where personal growth and happiness can fully thrive. A reflection of the self-worth that the Stoics advocated as essential for each individual to cultivate resides in the principle of living with integrity. This implies not only maintaining ethical conduct, but also ensuring that our relationships mirror the respect and virtue we seek in our own lives. When faced with a lack of mutual respect, it is crucial to take a moment not only to reflect on its impact on our personal well-being, but also to consider how we can address this issue in a way that does not compromise our dignity and values. After all, we deserve relationships where we are treated with the same consideration that we offer in return. It is essential that we strive to cultivate connections based on mutual respect, where each individual is genuinely valued and appreciated for their uniqueness. This type of relationship not only endures over time, but also flourishes, authentically reflecting Stoic principles of wisdom and virtue. Experiencing the reality of our lives, our relationships, and the world around us without succumbing to illusions or idealized expectations is a central teaching of Stoicism. They remind us of the importance of seeing things as they truly are without the distorted filters of illusions that often deceive us. When assessing our relationships honestly, we must question whether they are rooted in reality or if we are inadvertently clinging to a distorted version of the facts. Often, we ignore warning signs, avoid confronting underlying issues, or even create an idealized image of someone that does not match their true essence. Recognizing and confronting these illusions is not only a matter of authenticity, but also of mutual respect and personal growth. Remaining ensnared in illusions in a relationship may initially seem like being captivated by a distant, perfect oasis, but as we draw nearer, we realize it is merely a mirage without substance. While aspirations and hopes have their legitimate place in healthy relationships, it is crucial to distinguish between realistic aspirations and fantasies that obscure our understanding of the true nature of the bonds we share with others. Stoic philosophy encourages us to embrace truth head-on, even if it means confronting discomforts or facing painful truths. This exercise in honesty and vulnerability is not simple, but it is essential for establishing a solid foundation for personal growth and for building true and lasting relationships. Accepting the reality of our relationships, with all their complexities and imperfections, is an act of courage that frees us from the shackles of illusions and empowers us to live with authenticity and integrity. A reflection of the value that Stoics advocated each of us should cultivate is to live with integrity and authenticity. This implies not only ensuring that our relationships reflect the respect and virtue we seek in our lives, but also maintaining coherence between our words and actions. When faced with a lack of mutual respect, it is essential to take a moment to reflect on what this means for our emotional and psychological well-being. We should consider how we can address this issue in a way that honors our dignity and personal values. Ultimately, we all deserve relationships in which we are treated with the respect and consideration we wish to receive. Furthermore, we should strive to cultivate connections rooted not only in mutual respect, but also in understanding and empathy. Each person should be valued and appreciated for what it brings uniquely and meaningfully to the relationship. This kind of relationship not only survives everyday challenges, but thrives, reflecting the essence of a fulfilling life based on Stoic wisdom and virtue. The Stoics teach us that there is profound strength and freedom in seeing things clearly, without being misled by idealizations or unrealistic expectations. It is crucial to examine our relationships with sincerity, questioning whether they are firmly rooted in reality or if we are settling for illusions. Ignoring warning signs, covering up issues, or idealizing someone does not contribute to the true essence of a genuine and healthy relationship. In a healthy relationship, there is no room for fantasies or projections that distort reality. While aspirations and dreams are important, it is essential to distinguish between realistic aspirations and illusions that may obscure the true nature of our personal connections. Embracing truth requires courage to face and accept reality, even when it means confronting uncomfortable truths. This honest approach is essential to establish a solid foundation upon which we can build authentic and meaningful relationships. By confronting illusions head-on, we free ourselves from superficial mirages and seek deep, genuine connections. This process not only allows us to live more fulfilling relationships, but also strengthens us to deal with life's complexities with greater clarity and discernment. By choosing to live a life where truth is valued above all, we connect genuinely not only with others, but also with ourselves, nurturing relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance. Building authentic meaning in relationships is a profound process of facing reality rather than retreating into illusion, a journey that can be deeply transformative. Recognizing that a relationship does not match our initial expectations, or that the person we are with does not reveal themselves as we hoped, is often a painful awakening. However, it is also a crucial step towards personal growth and emotional freedom. This realization not only challenges our assumptions, but also paves the way for a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Therefore, if you find yourself trapped in illusions, it is essential to take a moment for honest reflection. Evaluate which aspects of your relationship are genuine and which are projections of your own. This exercise not only clarifies emotional reality, but also strengthens the ability to make informed and conscious decisions. Understanding the true dynamics of the relationship is fundamental to sustaining long-term happiness and well-being. Stoicism, far from being an exercise in resignation, promotes a balanced and serene approach to adversity. Accepting reality as it is does not imply giving up on pursuing happiness, but rather finding inner peace by aligning our expectations with objective truth. This philosophy teaches us that true emotional freedom comes from the ability to accept circumstances we cannot change and to act with integrity in response. By adopting a Stoic viewpoint, we are empowered to navigate relationships with discernment and compassion. This approach invites us to examine our interactions, in the light of acceptance and authenticity, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Embracing truth, even when painful, cultivates relationships based on mutual sincerity and respect. On the journey toward true happiness and love, it is imperative to preserve our core values. Commitment to these principles should not be negotiable in any relationship. Our values are fundamental to our identity, shaping the decisions we make and how we engage with the world around us. Sacrificing these values in the name of a relationship can lead to a disconnection from ourselves and a loss of authenticity that deeply affects our happiness and personal fulfillment. Values may seem inconsequential at first, but over time these commitments accumulate, gradually undermining your sense of identity and the principles by which you live. It's not just about making sacrifices or compromises, which are normal parts of any healthy relationship. It's about betraying the essence of who you are. Stoics teach us that integrity and virtue are not merely lofty ideals, but practical guidelines for living a good and meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, all consistently emphasize the importance of remaining true to oneself and living in harmony with one's values, regardless of external pressures or temptations. This harmony is what gives meaning to our lives, direction, and purpose. Therefore, if you find yourself in a situation where a relationship demands compromising your core values, it's a clear sign to pause and reflect deeply. Ask yourself whether this relationship is promoting my greater good, allowing me to grow and thrive, or if it is limiting me in any way. Requesting myself to be someone I'm not is not an easy situation to navigate, especially when deep emotions are involved. However, it is precisely here that the Stoic practice of self-reflection and rational analysis can be your most reliable ally. By stepping back and evaluating the relationship through the lens of your personal values, you can make decisions that are not only right for you, but also honor the person you strive to be. Remember that walking away from a relationship that compromises your values is not a sign of failure, but rather a courageous act of self-respect and self-preservation. It's an affirmation that you value yourself enough to accept only relationships that uplift you, respect you, and are aligned with the essence who you are. Let's challenge ourselves to live with the integrity and virtue that the Stoics admired and taught so much. It is crucial to ensure that our relationships not only reflect, but also respect and promote our core values. This awareness strengthens us, as it is our adherence to these values that defines us, guides us through life's ups and downs, and leads us to true personal and collective fulfillment. Therefore, keep your values close, cherish them, and never sacrifice them for anyone or anything. By doing so, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for relationships that are genuinely meaningful and truly enriching, both personally and interpersonally. When we talk about reciprocity, we refer to the delicate balance of giving and receiving between people. It is essential to cultivate mutual support where both parties contribute equally to the well-being and prosperity of the relationship. However, when this balance is unequal and you find yourself in a one-sided relationship, where you constantly give without receiving the same in return, it is crucial to recognize this and carefully evaluate whether this relationship is truly contributing to your personal growth and happiness. If you have ever found yourself in a situation where a relationship falls short of the ideal due to lack of reciprocity, you know how challenging it can be. Reciprocity is not only a pleasure, but fundamental to the health and longevity of any lasting relationship. In a scenario where one person predominantly takes on the role of giver and the other that of receiver, there is an imbalance that can lead to feelings of resentment, exhaustion, and undervaluation on the giver's part, while the receiver may develop dependency or a sense of entitlement. This imbalance compromises the essence of a healthy relationship. The Stoics, known for their profound reflections on human nature and interpersonal relationships, emphasize the importance of mutual support. For them, the ideal was a relationship based on harmony and mutual respect, where both individuals support each other in the pursuit of virtue and a fulfilling life. If you find yourself trapped in a one-sided relationship, it is valuable to reflect on Stoic principles of balance and mutual respect, thereby seeking to renew the interpersonal dynamics. It is crucial to question whether allowing this imbalance to continue truly respects yourself. The solution often begins with open and honest communication, where expressing your needs, setting clear boundaries, and discussing ways to bring balance to the relationship are essential steps. Encouraging the other person to contribute not only materially but also emotionally and spiritually can transform the relationship into something more enriching for both sides. Healthy relationships evolve over time, requiring effort, commitment, and a willingness to adapt to mutual needs. Each individual should feel not only valued but also heard and supported in a balanced relationship. Reciprocity strengthens trust, deepens emotional connections, and creates an environment conducive to the personal growth of both parties. Abuse is, in many ways, a Stoic journey. It involves reaffirming control over the inner world, reaffirming one's own values, and rebuilding life in harmony with those values. If you find yourself in a situation where you are facing abuse, know that it is not your fault and you are not alone. Seeking help, relying on the support of those who sustain you, and taking steps to leave such a situation are fundamental steps to restore not only personal safety, but also emotional and moral integrity. Moving forward involves actions that not only reflect the utmost respect you can show to yourself, but also represent significant steps towards a life where your dignity, self-respect, and well-being are prioritized as they should be, inspired by the spirit of Stoicism. It is crucial to remember the importance of valuing ourselves, respecting our inherent worth, and taking decisive steps to distance ourselves from harmful situations that may compromise our emotional and physical integrity. Staying firm in our commitment to dignity, self-respect, and a life free from abuse is not just an ideal, but a daily practice that enriches our lives with virtue and meaning. Communication breakdowns within relationships can pose significant challenges. When attempts at dialogue fail to yield results, finding common ground can seem like an insurmountable task, and mutual understanding can become a distant goal. Recognizing this scenario not merely as an obstacle, but as a signal of deep issues requiring our attention, is essential for personal and relational growth. Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, offers valuable guidance for addressing these challenges. The ability to communicate effectively is essential for cultivating thriving relationships. It is through clear expression of our needs, authentic sharing of thoughts, and genuine connection with others that we truly nurture our interpersonal bonds. The Stoics not only understood the vital importance of this communication, but also practiced it in their daily lives, emphasizing the need to listen, understand, and respond with wisdom and empathy. When communication fails, it is crucial to look beyond the immediate symptom and explore the underlying causes. Unresolved trust issues, accumulated resentments, or differences in communication styles may lie at the root of the problem. Stoicism teaches us to approach these issues with clarity of mind and an open heart, encouraging us to reflect on our own role in the communication dynamics and to seek honesty and transparency in our interactions. Marcus Aurelius, in his reflections on using reason and logic to confront life's challenges, would certainly recommend applying these principles to address communication difficulties. This involves taking a step back, managing emotions, and objectively analyzing where and why communication is failing, thus identifying concrete measures to improve it. It requires effort from all parties involved. It's about establishing a safe and welcoming space where each person feels not just heard, but genuinely understood and valued. This involves not only active listening, but also taking time to deeply understand the other person's perspective. Expressing oneself clearly and respectfully, avoiding hasty judgments and unfounded accusations is essential for building effective communication. Additionally, cultivating patience and persistence is crucial, especially when progress seems slow or difficult to achieve. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has endured for centuries, emphasizes the fundamental importance of empathy and compassion in our interactions. Recognizing that everyone faces their own internal battles, fears, and insecurities helps us approach situations with more understanding and calmness. Often, what appears as hostility or indifference may simply be a defense against past wounds. By adopting an empathetic stance, we open doors to deeper and more meaningful connections. A communication breakdown should not be seen as the end of a relationship, but rather as an opportunity for personal and interpersonal growth. Therefore, if you find yourself facing challenges in communication, take a moment to contemplate the Stoic principles of clarity, honesty, and empathy. These values can serve as valuable guides for resolving conflicts and improving mutual understanding. Remember that the goal is not just to speak more, but to communicate more effectively and genuinely. It is in the richness of authentic communication that we find the true essence of human connection and mutual understanding, essential foundations for lasting and meaningful relationships. Imagine a relationship that, instead of being a source of peace and comfort, feels more like a constant storm disrupting your inner tranquility and leaving you feeling insecure. These challenging situations often require a pause to reflect on the role that this relationship plays in your life. In light of Stoic teachings, which value unshakable inner serenity in the face of life's vicissitudes, it's essential to maintain a clear and balanced view. The Stoics not only taught the importance of peace of mind as the highest good, but also the need to cultivate equanimity in the face of life's fluctuations. This includes the ability to wisely discern in our relationships, navigating with understanding and discernment through emotional complexities. When a relationship constantly disturbs our inner peace, it's crucial to consider how we can apply these principles to promote greater harmony and mutual understanding. Firstly, Stoicism encourages us to step back and examine the situation objectively. It's crucial to ask ourselves, why does this relationship disturb my inner tranquility? Can we attribute this disturbance to the other person's behavior, unresolved conflicts, or even to my own reactions and unmet expectations? This process of self-examination not only helps us move from an emotional response to a rational one, but also allows us to better understand the underlying reasons for our unease. Identifying the origin of disturbance is just the first step. The next crucial step is considering which aspects can be changed or improved. Could more open and honest communication resolve existing issues? Perhaps it's necessary to establish or reinforce clear boundaries to ensure both parties feel respected and understood. It's important to remember that Stoicism doesn't advocate passive acceptance of all situations. While it teaches us to accept what cannot be changed, it also encourages us to act where we can make a positive difference. However, if after careful reflection and continued efforts the relationship remains a constant source of turbulence, it may be appropriate to question if it aligns with our values and life goals. Deciding to distance ourselves from a relationship that disturbs our peace is not an easy decision. It requires courage, honesty with oneself, and sometimes the willingness to let go for personal well-being. It's essential to understand that the Stoic goal isn't to eliminate all sources of discomfort, but rather to cultivate inner resilience that allows us to face challenges with emotional and mental balance. The relationships we choose to maintain should positively contribute to our pursuit of serenity, serving as sources of strength, personal growth, and genuine joy. Feeling constantly disturbed by a relationship can be seen as an opportunity to practice Stoic principles of reflection, self-awareness, and conscious choice toward inner peace. Therefore, it's crucial to surround ourselves with people who not only enrich our lives, but also respect our emotional space and contribute to our tranquility. Valuing relationships that foster an environment of mutual growth and support is essential for a fulfilling and meaningful life. We are reminded that the quality of our lives is greatly influenced by the quality of the bonds we cultivate. Striving for balance between deep connections and our own emotional well-being is crucial to ensure a satisfying and rewarding journey. The Stoic principles we've explored together should serve as a reliable beacon, guiding you through the complexities of your personal and professional relationships. These ancient teachings emphasize the importance of serenity, virtue, and wisdom, essential for navigating the vicissitudes of contemporary life. Always remember that this ongoing pursuit is a collective journey, where every step, decision, and relationship contributes to our individual and collective growth. If this conversation has sparked a passionate desire for further exploration, understanding, and personal growth, I'm excited to encourage you to delve deeper into this journey. Right in front of you on your screen, you'll find a carefully curated playlist that will not only expand your knowledge of Stoicism, but also offer practical insights on applying these principles across all areas of your life. Feel free to explore, click on the video, and join us on this continuous journey of self-improvement and fulfillment. Additionally, I'd like to express my gratitude for joining me today. Your presence and engagement are essential to our learning community. Mutual. Let's keep growing together, challenging each other, and cultivating lives rich in meaning and joy. Thank you for your active participation and constant enthusiasm in pursuing inner peace and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Keep seeking wisdom and remain aware that, in the vast tapestry of life, we are all interconnected by our shared humanity. Each of us on our unique journey contributes to the larger fabric of existence, striving not only for a good life individually, but also collectively. I look forward to our next meeting and to sharing more insights and experiences. Until the next video, where we will continue exploring together the paths to a fulfilling and satisfying life,